Hi, I'm McCord and welcome to The Real Deal on thestir.com. Today we are discussing the Real Housewives of Threesomes. New York City. Season 6, episode 14. My goodness, there was a lot to see in last night's episode, and as it turns out, I have some inside information as well. It pays to keep your ear to the ground in this town. First, let's discuss drunk Sonia. We saw all sorts of different levels of inebriation last night. Let's sort them out, shall we? The most honest line of the entire episode was the very last one of the show, where Sonia said, "This is why I drink when I see you." Witches. Substitutions are my own. From my own past experience, anyone who drinks at all drinks more when the show is in production. At the top of the episode, we saw angry drunk Sonia. Angry because she was left out at Saratoga, because she didn't win any money, because whether they did or did not text her first, the other ladies did leave her at the racetrack. Angry drunk is not cute. It is not fun, and it is not what I or the viewers want to see from Sonia. Next, she pulls it together and calms down. All the way down, so far down, she is kissing everyone, laying across Luann's lap, showing her lady parts, and practically passing out. I mean, it's fun, but then you worry about her. This is messy drunk Sonia, which causes you to feel responsible, which you don't want to feel when you're out drinking. You want to have fun, but you have to try to pour her into the car to get her back to the house. And it's watchable from a viewing perspective, but it's rubbernecking like a train wreck. So messy drunk is also not cute. But all is not lost. Finally, back in the city, hilarious Sonia is back, thank goodness, with her walk of shame, aka victory lap. That is the Sonia we know and love, scrambling around her bedroom, trying to get changed. Much better. I did have to admit, I did not believe Sonia for a moment about sleeping with Russ, Carol's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. And actually, it was the facialist who said it. Now, by the way, this facialist, I've met her in real life, and she's not that gossipy in person. But then again, I don't tell her anything. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that that facialist was carefully coached. But you know what? Even if that's true, I didn't care. This was the most lighthearted scene of the entire episode. Thank goodness it was in there. It was fun to watch. Next, let's talk about Kelly Bensimon. I'm wearing a bracelet she designed today in sympathy. She and I have had our differences, but oh my God, I wish she would have called me or someone before agreeing to film this scene. How could Kelly think of doing this? Did she forget all the on-camera dirt the Housewives producers have on her? I'll tell you what this was. This was 2 years of damage control and reputation repair down the drain. Kelly may have thought she was helping Luann out, raising money for a good cause, having a fun moment, walking the runway wearing a mask, getting lots of attention when she took it off for the big reveal. She also had a nice moment talking books with Carol, and she employed one of her greatest strengths. Something that Kelly does is when she meets somebody new, she'll talk about that person. It's all about the new person she's meeting. And most people in real life, let alone reality TV, love to talk about themselves. So Carol was in love with her. Smart cookie, very good. This is all true and valid in the real life part of this scene. But let's talk about the B-roll. Did Kelly not consider that the producers would flash back to Scary Island? Did Kelly think that in B-roll they would show her shopping with her daughter or her house in the Hamptons or something nice? No! Let's not forget that every time Bravo cobbles together a top 10 vacations, top 10 fights, top 10 crazy moments, Scary Island is almost always number 1. This was an opportunity for Bravo to dip back into the well of Kelly Bensimon is crazy. You have to know that's exactly what would happen. I'm just glad that I only saw my hair in the flashback. It's as though Bravo want to keep Kelly frozen in time on Scary Island with cartwheels and gummy bears. They will never let her move on, and I am sad for her. Last point of the day, Aviva Drescher and her father and his fiancée and Miss USA. Dear me. So, to catch you up, Aviva's octogenarian father is engaged to a 20-something gal, and at Luann's charity lunch, Aviva swapped her Chardonnay for a Molotov cocktail. The drop-dead gorgeous Miss USA 2012 walked into the lunch. Luann is convinced that Aviva invited the beauty queen, but I will say this, as much as it would be fun to blame Aviva for inviting Nana, I don't believe it. Either Luann's co-host Bonnie Fuller of Hollywood Life invited her, or the producers did. Also, Luann was protesting too much. Although it probably was a producer setup, seeing a beauty queen at an event is not weird. In New York City, at every single fashion show, charity event, cocktail party, there is at least one Miss America, Miss USA, Miss New York, Miss something. Sashes and crowns are everywhere. Anyway, Aviva sees Miss USA and drops the threesome bomb. According to Aviva, Daddy George, fiancé Cody, and Miss USA had a threesome. Ramona didn't buy it for a second. And neither do I. And I know of which I speak. Let me explain. So, I have been hearing whispers for months about this threesome nonsense. Not one person believes it, nor do I, after hearing from a bunch of different people who were all around at various times that fateful night when it supposedly happened. I dismissed it as an attention grab by George and Aviva, and I wondered whether it would end up on this season. Also, with last night's episode, the producers have now learned good and well that if Aviva is accused of something she didn't actually do, like inviting Nana to the lunch, her head starts to spin around. She sprouts horns. Her face turns green. It's like The Exorcist, or that Marshall lamp that goes up to 11. Well, last night, I was out supporting a friend's event and wound up chatting with a lawyer buddy of mine. Turns out, he represents Miss USA. Now, why does Miss USA need a lawyer? To sue the pants off Aviva and her father. Let's break this down. Because Miss USA signed a release to appear on last night's episode, because if she hadn't, her face would be blurred. Because she signed that release, the mumbo-jumbo in the contracts for someone who shows up for one day includes language that says you cannot sue Bravo or NBC. So she cannot sue the network. She has no recourse there, no producers, but it says nothing about cast members. She's well within her rights to sue George and Aviva. As far as I understand it, they were waiting for last night's episode to air to decide whether or not to file suit. So, viewers, what do you think Miss USA should do? Let me know what you thought in the comments. For now, I am Alex McCord. You are watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. And I am off to get my hair done. It'll be different tomorrow. See you next time.